That's all coming
It's a
up
nice
on
little room.
National Nightly News.
National Nightly News. That's Tom. I'm in charge of the news. Well, that's loud.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Good.
All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, now, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so, you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry.
Excellent.
It's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room.
I am a professional newsman.
Look forwards towards all those screens.
Looking
Right,
forward.
look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down.
Up and up and down, up and down.
Screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen.
Excellent.
That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen.
Ooh, who's that?
That's the one you can.
Mrs. VSW.
Small screens
Um,
on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
bruh.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machine.
There they go.
When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired. When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Corn and mayonnaise?
You don't see if you make me put out imposters.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. I'll show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the Flowered Market.
Okay.
Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hams leaves.
Handspit, Johnny Handspit. Look at that.
A spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Bunderklatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic vote.
Right. Button 2 in 3, 2, 1. Now, lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when the globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Bunderklatch on the left. I'm not surprised. The
10 seconds, everybody.
Oh, people are going down. Good.
Switch to screen 1. Now, lovely, mate.
Oh, good.
The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance have voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change, but critics have accused them of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, Former Home Secretary.
Right, it's going well. All
Excellent.
you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When
20
you get to
seconds.
0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
Here the co-leader's acceptance.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Ranker Snatch is running late. Oh, I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Speech.
Yeah.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break.
We
You're doing
did.
great, mate.
I'm one-
But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier.
I'm one of the world's
This
finest.
is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to
Good.
keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot.
Oh,
Pull out to the wide
I'll
shot
be
for a
throwing them in, son. I'll be throwing them in.
Don't stay on reaction shots for too long.
Why
A couple
not?
of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine.
This guy's about to go up his nut.
You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the
It's
studio.
quite interesting.
Thank you so much.
Alan James is right. I'm Alan James.
Going in 5, 4.
3, 2, 10.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from the shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here the star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Hey, woman!
Correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming.
Blunder clapper Rudy.
I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called Another
Yes.
King. Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful.
Lots of movies.
What a wild ride this has been! And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. This is cool.
Saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one.
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It
Hey!
was a departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockham in Black Man. You'll remember that was a true story. Of
Been
one
on that
soldier
show a bit
capturing
long.
one that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
So sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That's a beautiful question.
A beautiful question by a beautiful woman.
Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that
I do it for Batman.
the little people.
The little people.
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real.
You seem grossed out. Completely grossed out.
What do you
Let's
make
go.
of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking.
Oh, we got ourselves a show.
Difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear.
Remember the 10-second rule?
Yep.
One should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
That's it, fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Dedicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
God, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
Roll! It's in my contract.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
2. Go on then, say it.
What?
Dr. Lance, to you.
I wanted to know what was going on.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You're gonna change the world, you know? Won't that listen to you?
Dr. Hemlock.
It's quite fun.
Told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus.
I'm in charge of a TV show.
It's over.
This is fun.
It's over. This is the key.
I'm having fun.
Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Okay.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the censor button for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you've got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have
Mate,
the volume of the broadcast screen.
I use the force of television.
Let's set it now.
What are we doing?
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live, that's too late. You can use the vision mixing buttons on the left to select the screen you want.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address.
Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
for it, Pat. Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
Hey, I voted for you.
Dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints.
He had a few pints, you can't.
Memorably put.
Held it down a bit
But to be
long there,
honest,
mate.
who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering...
I want him on screen all the time. He's the man. He's one of the greatest men I've ever met.
Change things.
Have a look at him.
But today is day
great
one
man.
of a new future. A better...
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used...
He's drinking beer. We gotta watch that.
...to pass the assets and...
They're watching.
Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gates.
Nah, we're not. They're a bunch of cunts.
Tomorrow, we will
I
be
agree.
introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country.
Excellent.
No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting.
One of the greatest men I've ever seen.
Fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election?
Bah.
That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Fucking oath.
France are going to turn this
What a man.
from a nation
A
of
great
warring
man.
individuals into a team.
Yeah, but she's not drinking beer.
To raise the living standards of us
What a
all.
great man.
Pundits said we'd have to raise billions.
Billions of...
When we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they
Advance have this to say to you.
You totally missed that.
today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and
Yes.
your vineyards.
Get him.
Ends today.
It ends
We will
today.
put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes.
Fucking oath it does.
Ends today.
Fucking oath it does. It ends today.
Tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again.
Too long on this,
Just
mate.
like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents,
But he's the man.
I suggest we all get pissed.
Fucking oath. Let's get pissed.
Thank you for your time.
Perfect.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Get the fuck out of here.
And we're out. Good job, everybody. Same again tomorrow. Call times are on the board.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered. The election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile.
Good, the news is
The
on.
global mega corporation Remington Cyst buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hams leaves.
Johnny
with the
Hams
Sports
leave.
Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Important stuff. This is my show. What are they going?
I'm not surprised. The he shut his cornflakes.
No.
I suppose.
Oh, I love this.
10 seconds, every... Hostility is leaking.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change, but critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclatch. And later in the program, we'll be going live to Advance HQ. That's all coming up after the break.
Press the play button.
I'm Alan James. This is not a movie. This is not some child's tale. This is not a dream. This is reality. This is the story of you and how you're stupid and asleep. It's about how you were promised the Elysian fields, but you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now.
This is hilarious.
Right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James, one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those drivelling dentures again. Oh, grandma, look at their faces. That's not what cows look like. You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market, because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective. I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the truth.
Now, Alan James.
Alan James.
Is Right is coming to your city.
I'm Alan
Coming
James.
to a cinema near you.
Alan James is right. The gospel according to Alan James. And the Alan James shall set you free. And now I'm bringing my message directly to you. With my new nationwide tour, Alan James is right. In front of you.
Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James is right.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Election winners Advance.
We're a bit late on that.
Our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shopbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called... Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man.
Bullet Man.
That was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan. And not easy to answer.
A beautiful question.
Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people.
The little people.
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
What a wanker.
And today, of course, we're in for some real
Oh, she
change,
hates
it
him.
looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed, historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes, well,
Sorry, I said fuck. I'm really apologize.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
Another half of it. Rob! It's in my contract.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Do. Go on then, say it.
What?
Oh, I love this.
Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
I'm gonna change the world, you remember? Don't let listen to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen. I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all.
We have to ask ourselves.
Celebrate the classic age of salad with this exquisite limited edition collection. My Salad Weekly. Sign up now and every week we'll send you an authentic, ethically sourced ingredient to add to your salad. Build your collection week by week and very soon you'll have a salad that really gets the lunchroom talking. From tomatoes and oils to leafy greens and lovely grains, this really is the complete collection. Every issue also comes with a companion magazine that explores the history of the art form, from the Great Balsamic Wars of '48 or Edward the Confessor's discovery of the cucumber to the man that changed the very way we see the humble salad, Julius Caesar himself. Start your personal salad collection now, and we'll send you your first 3 issues. Loose Leaf, Remain, and Iceberg. Plus this exclusive
Go Remain, I don't like Iceberg.
All for just $7.97 with free postage and packing. Order now and you'll receive this crouton display case free. That's right, absolutely free.
A
With a retail
crouton
value
display
of
case.
$18.99, your crunchy cubes will look their absolute carby best. But don't delay, this exclusive offer is available for a limited time.
Goodbye.
Leaders Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day!
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying they had against us, but you, the people, you saw right through their
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. It makes me coarser than
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better...
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the assets and wealth. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of problem. You rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret. So to you, posh...
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private...
Great man. One of the greatest.
You raise.
So
I've had a thing.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all...
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful...
Good job, everybody. Same again tomorrow. Call times are on the board.
Where can you get warm, sandy beaches, clear waters, and fine dining? Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bumley on the Taint, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily. Visit picturesque St Bumley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other. Come and visit the abandoned Spade Factory. Your kids will love exploring the old production line in relative safety. Grab your tetanus shots and come down today. There's no gift shop, but feel free to grab an old handle from the skip out the back. Or why not indulge your cultured side and visit some of our sites of historic interest?
like the parish church, currently the subject of a thrilling police investigation, the old market, home of the fairly big cabbage, or the hole. Hey, that's a nice hole.
Soprano.
And after a long day exploring Bumley, you can relax in comfort in one of 2 communal tents. Or you could take advantage of our famous nightlife. There's a radio in the cafe, or on Fridays we gather to watch tramps fight. Come on, Harold, you scruffy old meth head. Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding...
85 minutes from the coast.
The family went Bumley way. And hey, if you come in the dry season, we've got a car park. St. Bumley, on the Thames, naturally.